Hello, everybody. This is Staff Minister Drew Carter bringing you our Grace Virtual Sunday School preview for Sunday, January 24th. And the Northwestern Publishing House YouTube channel will be focusing on Christ Light's Lesson 5. So, Lesson 5 is the lesson we'll be talking about this Sunday. You can find that playlist and that lesson on their YouTube channel under the Sunday School playlist. I will link that playlist in the video description below so that it can be easy to find. But Lesson 5 centers on the character of Ruth. Ruth has her own book in the Bible. You can flip through your Bible in the Old Testament and you can find the book of Ruth. An author was divinely inspired by God to record Ruth's story and her life and the things that happened to her. And they are important for us because she has some very important family connections. She is the great-grandmother of King David, and Jesus would later come from King David's line. And so Jesus, being the most important person in the Bible, has a family connection to Ruth. She's a descendant of Jesus, and so her story is important, and we get to hear about it. But I would like to focus in our preview on Ruth's situation at the beginning of the book. Ruth is not an Israelite. The Old Testament focuses on God's people, the Israelites, but Ruth was not an Israelite. But she met an Israelite family that had moved to her home country of Moab, and she fell in love with one of the sons of this family, and so she had married an Israelite man and had gotten to learn a little bit about their culture and their God, and probably worshiped God with her Israelite family. But her father-in-law and her husband and her brother-in-law, her husband's brother, they all die. And so now left alone with just a sister-in-law and her mother-in-law, she is posed with a choice. She can choose to go with her mother-in-law to a country that she's never seen, never been to, only knows about Israel through her family that she married into, or she can stay in Moab and experience all the things that she is used to experiencing, stay where she grew up and the things that are familiar with her. And so you will learn about what choice she makes, but it's a very hard choice when you think about it. I have been to a couple of countries other than the United States, not very many, but I have visited them and even stayed in them for a little bit of time, and it's fun. It's fun to go experience other cultures. It's fun for a little bit to go see how other people live their lives, but every single time I've left, I'm always very happy to come home, where things are familiar, where I can eat food that I'm used to, where I can talk to people that I know really well, where I can talk to people in my own language. That's not always the case. When you go to a foreign country, people speak a different language than you, and it can be difficult. And so I don't know that I would ever make the decision to permanently leave the United States. No matter what the situation might have been, it'd be a very tough decision to leave. And so that is the decision that Ruth is faced with. Does she stay where she is comfortable in her home country of Moab, or does she follow her mother-in-law to a country that she's really only heard about? And so, very tough decision. And I don't know what decisions you make. Maybe you're more adventurous than me, and maybe you say, I would totally move to another country. I think that sounds so cool. But you will learn about her decision and how God blessed that decision and how God blessed her throughout the story of Ruth, throughout her own story in the book of Ruth. We hope that God blesses your study of Ruth this Sunday, and we hope that God continues to bless your use of the Northwestern Publishing House materials that they have been providing. I want to stress how appreciative we are at Grace to have materials to point to, and I'm happy to be previewing them to give us a little Grace connection between their materials and our use of them here at Grace. And so God's blessings on your weekend and on your study. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.